this. Sequins, pom-poms, men doing cartwheels and... No, it's not Georgie's Hens Night.
Oh,
yeah. It's cheerleading. It is serious, it's competitive, and it takes no prisoners.
Yeah.
Actually, that time it actually sounded a lot like Georgie's Hens Night. Could it be?
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 9, 10, 11, 12. Who's the best in the world? Turns out it's us. Aussie cheerleaders becoming world champions. In just 2.5 minutes of tumbling, twisting and turning, the Prodigy team from Melbourne took out the top prize at the Cheerleading World Championships in Florida. 24-year-old coach April Jenkins leading our Aussie underdogs to the winner's circle for the first time in 20 years. April's stepping up at the last moment to make sure things went off without a hitch. Aussies left with even more to cheer about.
With us, our champion cheerleaders, April Jenkins and Cody Maxwell from the Prodigy team. This is like Inception. The cheerleaders are being cheered. Congratulations, you guys. How does it feel to be the world champs of cheer?
Oh, it's a pretty surreal feeling, especially when Australia's been trying for over 20 years to get the job done and failed, and then finally it all paying off.
God, it's amazing. Yeah. Well, it's so nice to have you guys here. Also, I was going to wear the same thing, so thank God I didn't. Now, April, you had to step in at the last minute. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So we compete at Nationals and then you win a bid to go to Worlds at the end of the year. And the trip is all self-funded, so it's about $8,000. So one of the girls couldn't go, so I'm the coach of the team and I had to end up doing it.
Oh, sorry, how late did you know you were doing it?
It was a couple months in advance,
but
it's not ideal to coach the team.
It's a Stephen Bradbury moment, though, that at the last minute you stepped in, you took it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
What I love about this, now, I don't know much about this sport, I have to admit. I assume the Americans are kind of the powerhouse, it's their thing.
They are very good, yes.
All right, so was it great to go over on American soil and this is like the America's Cup moment and you've just destroyed the Yanks at their own game?
Well, it's quite amazing to see how far Australia's actually come in the sport, because in the whole grand scheme of things, Australia's been in the sport for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to see, at the moment, Australia's making their way up to the top.
What was America's reaction, though? Were they mad? Were they just like, oh, yeah, the Aussie team, and then they're like, oh,
everyone's super
boom.
grateful. Everyone's super amazing and great sports.
But no one expected us. We were really the underdogs to take it out.
Give us a sense of how underdog. What are we talking? How
they do little prediction videos of who they think's going to win. We weren't in anyone's top 3.
Well, they'll take notice now, though.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
What do people get wrong about cheerleading?
There's 2 types of cheerleading. So there's sideline cheerleading where you're cheering for another sport. So that's pom-poms, chants, things like that for football. And then there's all-star cheerleading, which is what we do. So we make a routine, another team makes a routine, we compete against each other. And the highest score wins.
And Cody, how did you get into it and why did you stay with it?
So originally, I was a very athletic person growing up. So when I started high school, there was actually a kid in my class who used to do flips every lunchtime in PE class.
Everyone's got a flip kid.
Yeah. So I went up to this kid and I said, hey, man, can you please teach me how to flip? So we spent lunchtimes doing flips into the sandpit, and it was only a matter of time before he brought me into his cheerleading gym, and I just was hooked from there.
So it's basically a form of gymnastics from what I can tell.
Yes.
What was it that made you say, I'm going to do cheerleading as opposed to gymnastics or some other kind of similar?
Well, cheerleading's kind of like a limitless sport. I feel like there's always a new skill you can learn or a new feat you can overcome. And there's different elements of cheerleading as well. I personally started with the tumbling. I love doing the flips. But then as I grew a little bit older, I got a little stronger, and then I found a passion or a love for the stunting as well. So there's a lot of different areas from cheerleading that you can progress at.
I mean, this is a proper sport. And now that you're world champs, do you think we might see this at, Brisbane 2032 Olympics?
We hope so. That would be great visibility for the sport, because it's the best thing to get your kids into. It's so good, socially, and for mental toughness, and
that's what I need. I've got to start doing it.
Be part of a team. It's such a great sport.
Well, congratulations. Now, ordinarily I would just throw to the break and thank you, but it's a waste of your talent to do that.
Yes,
Surely you can take us out in some more spectacular style.
Oh,
Can we do that?
Really?